up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of George Reviews. I am the 80s Transformers fan. Today on George Reviews, I'll be taking a look at another Frieza figure. This will be closing out what I've been calling Frieza Week on my channel. It is another Frieza. This is the fourth form. To be more precise, this is S.H. Figuarts Frieza, fourth form. On the front of our package, we have an image of Frieza, the toy within the package. We see Funimation right there, ages 15 and up, warning label. We see the official Tamashii Nations seal of quality. We see toy animation at the bottom, Dragonball Z, Tamashii Nations. Then we have Bandai right there. And we can see Frieza clearly within the window box packaging. He has extra heads, and I guess they didn't want to break up the face with face plates by the design of his head, so they just gave him extra heads and not face plates. We see the halo, the 5-star Dragon Ball, a piece of his tail peeking out, the side of the box, the continuation of the images in black and white, as the top of the box has a piece of the image as well. Back of the box, Frieza in the poses, 5-star Dragon Ball again, ages 15 up yet again, blue fin down there, caution. And the bottom of the box is Frieza gritting his teeth. So let's get our Frieza open and let's get Frieza Week over with. Alright, got my X-Acto knife. We're going to slit the tape right there. Get this guy up. I had this guy for like over a year. Perfect timing, I guess. Inside of the box, this is an older box because it still has the little bit of instructions inside of the box. It shows you how to put the halo on, and also shows you how to replace the heads, interchangeable in the hands and the tail. There's everything you need to know right there. And on the back, oh, we get folded arms, how to replace the arms and the feet. Alright, here is our Frieza. Now we can see everything inside of his package. We get 2 extra heads, halo, the hands, folded arms. I guess we just went over that on a piece of paper. So let's get Frieza open. Let's take a look. And now, I've already peeped this out. Like the face and the head just went. I just moved it a little bit and I just lost the head. Wow. It's probably going to be a problem throughout the video. Maybe it wasn't on there because it just didn't pop right back on. But yeah, now let's check out the face. Oh, it came right off again. The hell is happening here? I don't know. Might be a problem. I wanted to take a look at the face and jeez. And just let me say one thing here. This thing, I bought this a while ago, I think off Amazon for like, I think it was $39.99, 40 bucks. Now he's being carried at Target near me. So I will swap this guy out with no problem. I will buy another one and take it back. Yeah, it's just coming off. That sucks. I've had this thing for like a year, but like I said, he's still at Target right now. I saw him today. So I will buy another one and switch this guy out like lickety split. So on the next scene you come to, you might be looking at a brand new Frieza. Okay, Target run and done. And I checked it in the parking lot, make sure it was good, swapped it out and got my money back. Anyway, let's take a look at his face. And this looks like so washed out, so not washed out, just generic. There's no real definition into his face, you know, where like where the cheeks would come out or whatever. It just seems so flat. I'm not gonna like that. And the body is so small. It is tiny. And now I remember because I just got another one. He's 35 bucks. Let's get this plastic off Frieza. Hopefully nothing. I should have tested more on the toy. Plastic off right there. And Frieza actually has some wash on him. He has a little bit of blue like in his back, on his arms. A lot of times you don't see a wash on him. Even in the ball joints, there's some blue in there. Front, it's in his thighs. It's on his arms. So he has a little bit of a wash on him. I guess they had to break up all the white, and I'm glad too, because with my lights, hope I don't have too much glare on this guy. And this little piece right here feels articulated, and it is articulated. Just like the other version of Frieza. It has the pearlescent purple. But he is a tiny guy. Oh, you know, I forgot we were unboxing. Let's unpack his tail. I hope this thing is compatible with this Frieza. I just swapped out the guy. His tail has a little bit. Well, I guess we'll go over that again later. We just unboxing. Let me stay focused on that. Has a hexagon shaped port in there, but the little peg is just round. But anyway, didn't snap. Assuming it's in there, and it only articulates right there. So let's set Frieza down and see what else is in the box. Well, we saw it already. Alright, Frieza doesn't want to stand up, everybody. Frieza, if you don't stand up. Alright, man, it took some doing. I kind of had to give him the Michael Jackson lean forward to stand up a little bit. But man, what's going on with this Frieza? He suck already. Alright, unpacking the halo. It's a clear piece of plastic, painted yellow. Like they just cast it in a yellow plastic. Oh no. Okay, we have 2 extra heads for Frieza, and this one is grimacing in pain, and this one is yelling, and this seems so generic. Is he yelling or laughing? I don't know. Is he upset or just jovial? I don't know. We'll come to this in a second. 2 open hands. Seems like every Dragonball Z S.H figure come with these open hands. Relaxed, sort of doing nothing hands. 1 death beam hand, and that little expression he makes finger or whatever. A set of gripping type feet, crushing whatever ego talent. And a folded arm. All these brooding, angry Dragon Ball Z people need folded arms, so I'm happy we got folded arms. And 1 5-star activated Dragon Ball. Oddly enough, this was taped down. This is the first one I ever got that was actually taped into the tray. Okay, everybody, I brought the lighting down so we can see the shading on the figure a little bit more. But while I was trying to stand him up, just like the other figure, I can't get him to stand up straight. As you can see, I got to kind of lean slightly forward, like the Michael Jackson lean. And if I try to straighten him completely up, and again, I don't know if maybe I'm supposed to have him leaning forward. That's just what everybody's doing. If I try to bring him forward a little bit, and I try adjusting the tail. Okay, so this appears where he's standing straight up. He falls back, and because there's no second articulation point in the tail, I really can't put the tail on the table to help him just stand up, but positions we'll see. So anyway, let's bring Frieza forward once again. Take a look at his face. I wish where the sculpt is over his eyebrows, you can see it, it's barely noticeable. I wish the face was molded out to give him a little bit more depth because his face is really flat. I mean, it's round, but it is flat at the same time. I love the paint on his dome right here, and like the way it reflects the light, it looks just like the cartoon, the way he was drawn in the animation. There's some blue shading all over the figure, sides of his head, on his forehead, down here on his chest and neck area. It's on his arms. Not too much on his crotch. It's in between the tail pieces. Some on the tail. It's on his hands. What you get it. He has blue shading everywhere, I guess, so he doesn't look so plain. Then the shoulder pieces coming down to here, these are purple. It seemed like, I know what they tried to go for, but because the ball joint goes into the arm, it seemed like they should have just did it in all white and been done with it. And then a lot of people talked about how the waist is broken up, but with a little naked guy like this, and you got to have that articulation. Hopefully it's a great articulation. I think it's going to break up. Muscles in his thighs and his feet. Has a stamping underneath his feet and has a line work at the bottom of his feet. So let's check out Frieza's articulation. Hopefully this head will stay on. Frieza can look up this much, which is not a lot. Let's see if we rear him back like this, that's a lot. Frieza can look down this much, which is, oh, that's a whole lot. You get a lot of Frieza looking down. Take his head for a 360. I'm still weary of it coming off. It's not coming off. And then at that neck down here, it doesn't seem like this piece inside his chest is moving at all. I mean, at all. I'm pretty sure it's articulated, but it's barely moving at all. Coming to his arms, this should be good. He doesn't have anything on his shoulders hindering him like the other Friezas I reviewed. Get his hands up this high. Dun, 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 dun. Arms rather. Arms rotates on that giant ball. Bicep swivel. So I'm activating both hinges on his elbow. Double jointed elbow coming to his fist. And I forgot to mention there's a little bit of black nail polish right there. A black fingernail. 360. And we got an up and down hinge right there. For Frieza, coming to his midsection, it tucks down into his waist, or maybe let me see if I can get it out of his waist. Okay, it's probably meant to go down to his waist so he can get a lot out of it like that. Rear and back, see how much more we get him looking up. Not that much. Waist, this thing 360, no problem. Has a ton of clearance. His leg, I learned to be careful with these S.H. figuarts legs. Forward this far, that's a lot. Back this far, could be a little bit better to the back, but I guess that's good. Let's see about get him out to the sides. Almost a complete split for Frieza. There's no thigh swivel. I don't know if this is a drop down or just the joints, but they do drop down or whatever. I guess they didn't want to break up the sculpt, and there's no upper thigh swivel there. See if we get it. We get it a little bit right here. That's coming down to his knee. See if they hit it in here. Nope. Double jointed knee right there, and this foot is on a ball joint, even though I'm not getting. I mean, it comes way back. See about forward. Comes forward this much, and 360. It's the same ball hinge, just on a hand or whatever. And let's see. After I played with him, let's see. Cause this guy's tight. He's nice and stiff. No looseness anywhere. Now for the accessories, I'm gonna pop out Frieza's hands. Boom, boom. All right, we're going with the open palm hands. As per the packaging, they were in there first, so I'm going right down the list. All right, holding on to this tiny figure and applying pressure is a different issue. There we go, boom. At least it snapped. So it is on there. And there we go. So we got Frieza's hands on, nothing else popped off, no issues. And I normally just call these energy blast hands, but there are a few different things. They express a few things. They can be deflecting the energy blast, sending the energy blast, actually posing for fighting. The next set of hands have, I think, the most detail in them. They got some detail into the backside, some lines. You can see it, some line work in his hands on both sides. And still has a blue shading and the black nails. These are more relaxed hands. All right, this next hand, I thought it was a set. I thought it was a left and a right, but it's two right hands. He has the curl hand. He has some line work on both sides of his hand, even though most of his palm is hidden, but the back of his finger's done. You get black fingernails and some blue highlights. But next hand is the energy beam of death. Frieza's own personal Vada Kedavra. Vada Kedavra! And again, we have the same type of paint, same type of line work in his hand. Front and back. But man, this was so iconic. And then the previous version, I mean, Goku was just slapping him. Next up for Frieza are the folded arms. Paint looks good enough. Not a lot going on with it. It has the same like blue shading on it. Let's get his arms off. I believe like with this gapping here, I'm assuming they come off at the shoulder. Boom. Boom. And this tail, this thing has come off a few times. A little bit more than I would like. It's just not sticking in there that well. Look at these folded arms. And I kind of get them in a little bit. Now, I don't know if I demonstrated it because it's not a true butterfly joint, but the ball joints in here activate and come forward, sort of like a butterfly joint. And we're going to need that activated to get the arms on here. And I believe they go this way. Start on his right, my left, and come over here. Snapped in. And again, like with this pulling on this, you can kind of see the purple in there, which they should have went with a white ball joint and just let the shoulders suffer. Or maybe even hit it with a little bit of purple in that joint. Yeah, nah, he's not standing up any better, especially with his hand. Well, speaking of standing up, the next accessory are these claw type gripping feet. So let's get these off. Happy the joint stayed where it belonged. It's hard gripping this little guy and shoving these things in the little joints. Didn't snap. What it went on there again, didn't snap again, and there's the tail going down again. This is for posing or whatever, maybe some hovering. You have no chance of defeating me. And again, he has the line work, the black nails, in the blue shading. Next up is Frieza's Halo. Bam, we took a look earlier. It's a clear piece of plastic with some yellow paint on it. And it just goes in the top of Frieza's head. Alright, you got to angle it towards the back of his head. Yeah, bam. It's always a method to this stuff. I'm still getting used to these figure art figures and how they do business. And there is the Halo just hovering over Frieza's head so he can be... I guess he was dead several times. We've seen him in hell. We've seen him in hell dead when Goku was fighting Majin Buu Super Saiyan 3. And when Goku went and got him for the Tournament of Power. The Universal Tournament of Power and Dragon Ball Super or whatever. But here's our dead Frieza. Now popping this head off completely. Pop this on the ball joint. And the ball joint is in place successfully. Forgot about it. Thought maybe it'll pop out on me. There we go. Got this head on. So check out the movement. Kind of not looking up as far. I don't know, maybe because I just put it on. I look down a lot. 360 is getting a squeaky squeak. I think it's on there. Right? I think that's it. It's not popping off. Anyway, here's the face again. It's kind of in pain. The eyes are closer to. Does he have a nose? Frieza has a nose because he put his finger on. There it is. Little tiny nose right there. He put his finger under it one time like that. Grimacing teeth. He has a top row and the bottom row. A little bit more expressed in his eyebrows. Again, I wished it was raised a little bit. It's just flat. And they're like, we're just going to paint it on. Got his ears. Black hole in his ears. And the back of his head. And like I said, a lot of people complain about the line, but it's hidden pretty well. You got to zoom in on it to really see it. I mean, unless you know it's there. Alright, and finally we have the yelling angry face. Seems like this head has a lot more blue on it all over it. I guess they wanted to try to bring out these veins, but I got to kind of hide the light so you can see these veins right here. And the same thing on this side. And let's check out the articulation. Look up, not much. Finally got that neck to move a little bit. And down a great deal. I don't know why the other head didn't. Maybe I didn't push hard enough. I don't know, but he can look down a great deal. I'm assuming the other head could too. I just didn't activate it. Side to side. Ah, monkey! Yeah, I'm working on it. And the line back here is more pronounced. You can see this one a lot more clearly. Yeah, I do like this face. I guess because it's yelling. And the line work right here looks to be a little bit darker marked on here. They added some around the nose down here. But again, it should have been molded just a little bit coming out. Sort of like these veins right here. I didn't get it on camera, but I set him down and he stood right up. I'm shocked. Here is the last accessory brought out a few times. It is activated mech in Dragon Ball number 5. Now I actually have a few of these. I wonder if I got all the guys to complete these guys. I got, what is it? 3, 4 open. I may have all the Namekian Dragon Balls now. I just got to finish reviewing these guys. Again, solid, hard piece of plastic. And it looks good. Does not look as good as the first run of the Namekian figures where it's more translucent. It still looks good. Alright, let's give our 4-form Frieza the size up and the rundown. Here he is next to fellow S.H. figuarts, first form Frieza and second form Frieza. Also representing S.H. figuarts and from the same saga is Gohan and Krillin in Saiyan armor. More from S.H. figuarts, Super Saiyan Awakened Saiyan Blood Vegeta and Boy from the Future Super Saiyan Trunks. Here's Saiyan raised on Earth S.H. figuarts Goku, a monkey! Switching toy lines, here's Transformers Kingdom Optimus Primal, still a dirty ape! Marvel Legends Age of Apocalypse Hank McCoy, Beast! Just a dirty beast! And coming to us from Super 7 Thundercats Ultimates is a dirty monkey-in! Just a dirty monkey-in! And last but not least, here's S.H. figuarts Ozaru form Vegeta. Are you kidding me? That's one giant monkey! I almost forgot to put Frieza next to the cartoon models. This is just something I like to do. I don't know how much the fans of the channel like it, but I enjoy it, so here it is. Alright, let's get one more while he's standing up. Alright, my final thoughts on this Frieza. Notwithstanding the issue I had with the head, because, you know, I swapped it out, and so that's gone. But he had an issue standing up, and he still has an issue standing up. You can pose him dynamically. You can move the legs, and he will stand. He will hold position. He will even hold a one-legged position, which is cool. He's built well, but like the way they engineered it, like with the bottom of his like 3-finger feet. I keep saying like with his 3-toed feet. It's kind of hard for him to stand up the way it was designed, and somebody had to see that. I say it a lot in my reviews, but somebody in the boardroom when they gave a presentation of this toy had to be like, well, he's falling down. And somebody was like, well, just put it in production. We too far down the pipe now. But other than that, he has no physical flaws. Maybe I might have wanted another facial expression head or something. I think one of the other versions came with one more head. I would like to have seen a better shouting face, a more angry, because the one is packed in with him. You don't know if he's yelling or laughing. You know, I needed more anger, more evil out of my Frieza. And that would have been cool. He comes with a Dragon Ball. That's kind of like the signature for this wave of figures that activated and making Dragon Balls. But the accessories was cool, but you just want an energy blast. In the previous versions of Frieza, came with an energy blast, came with 2 blasts, came with a little small ball he makes on the point of his finger, and came with a long laser blast that he blew a hole in Vegeta with. But this is the dressed down $35 version. I think those are like between $65, $85 version. I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that. And I'm happy to get the dressed down version because it allows me to get caught up to some figures at a cheaper price instead of right at $100, $100 a pop, because I got into S.H. figuarts late in the game. So these $35 figures that you can find at Target or on Big Bad Entertainment Earth, places like that, can get you caught up really fast if you don't need all those accessories. Plus, we might get accessories that are compatible down the line. I know we're going to get a mechanized Frieza that Trunks cut in half on Earth. No, he's coming because we just got the Trunks. Maybe he might come in an Energy Blast that's compatible. And then we're going to get a full power Frieza because we're getting a full power Goku that they announced. And I also pre-ordered that thing. He's going to need a full power Frieza with the chopped off tail in the final form where he's buffed and bulked up. And we might get an Energy Blast with that guy that's compatible. So I'm cool with this price point. I'm cool with what he came with. And other than standing up, I really like this figure. I give him a 7.9 out of 10. If he could stand up perfectly. But since he can't stand up perfectly, I'm just going to give him a 7. So, and again, like I said, he's currently available at Target. If you like me, you like to walk in and grab it at retail. And if it's a problem, you can take it back and exchange it. So, but that's all I got. I want to thank you all for watching another episode of George Reviews. The reviews where every toy has a story. You damn dirty apes! Whoa, Frieza. Man, what's the deal?